If na blessings I dey get, I'm all over. Pull up in your city, you go run over. Praising all night, we no cause a hangover. Do any more, I go take over. I get the grace when no do me conny. Sweet vibes, they be like honey. I get the peace where you pass your money. I get the stance if you give me body. Blessing, shower me, ja, they run up. Who God don't bless, no man, fi contest on a yawa. Come on! Slow down. You don't get way, dog, you don't get way.
Blessing and favor just to follow up. Everything I touch just to double up. I get me mama no far away. And it's evident, no need to shout like yeah. Choppy guys got me, that's my confident. Move with angelic entourage like I'm president. And deep within me is God's resident. No room for bad energy, no pestilence. I'm on the only time I do the running man. It's on the dance floor when I'm grooving man. Cause all my body's already won. I'm just to need me, and yes, I'm a true son.
Hello there, friends. Great to be with you again. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm putting on this face cap. Guess what? It's Father's Day. And today we're going to be talking about a gift named Dad. Do you think that's a good one? Well, I've heard people say, you see, Mother's Day, we have a lot of days. We have, I don't know, about 2 or 3 in different parts of the world. And then we have Women's Day and Mothering Sunday. You know, we always seem to be celebrated. But I'm really proud and honored to be here today to work with you to celebrate our dads. All right. Sometimes we have to actually sit back and find all the positive reasons to celebrate our dads. You know, sometimes you say, daddy this, daddy that, oh, I didn't get this from daddy or something. And daddy too is wondering why things are getting so expensive, inflated, and there's so much pressure on him. But look, even all the way back to Bible times, there's been a lot of pressure on fathers to, you know, kind of sculpt, mold, bring up their children and all of that. And today we're going to look at all of these things and take time out to say thank you to our daddies. So I'll start by asking you a question. What word comes to mind when you think of dad? What? You hear children in school, my daddy can do this, my dad can do that and all. So sometimes it makes me feel like daddies are heroes. They remind you of Superman, the strongest man, you know, and all of that. And they're really doing a great job, because when you look at everything, the man is the one that has been placed in charge of providing for, protecting the pack. You know, when you think of the lion guard or King Mufasa and his children, when you think of the pride of lions, you always find out that there is this major guy who is taking charge of so many things. So they have to do the work of protecting us, providing for us. They're giving legacy and nurturing. That means they give you the name, they give you what you're supposed to think about. All right. So fathers have a lot that they're doing. They help us to accomplish so much. Our fathers provide us with resources to acquire skills. When they send us off to school or they get one program or the other that we're supposed to be involved with, they're actually equipping us, all right, for what we're supposed to be in the future. They don't just leave us to go find out what our future has for us. No, they actually equip us. And the truth is, whether your experience has been fantastic or maybe a little less than fantastic, fathers have a lot on their shoulders and they're really doing a great job. And an example in the Bible will be David. We want to take the building of the temple to kind of bring together what fathers do. Now look at what David did in 1 Chronicles 22, verse 7 to 10. God asked him, he was going to build the temple. He couldn't because of all the wars he had. So his son had to build it. Now, he didn't just dump the plan and all and say, boy, you go do it. No, he laid out the plan. He got materials. He started giving from himself, encouraged other people to do that. And so it made the work easier for Solomon. Let's analyze it. You know what happened? David knew it wasn't an easy task for Solomon. So what did he do? He had to, first of all, train Solomon for the job of being a king and also being able to build the temple. Another thing he did is he impacted him with necessary knowledge. You can find this in 1 Chronicles 22, 1 to 16. And he surrounded him with a capable team. He made sure the elders knew his son was in charge. In fact, he introduced his son to them. He was like crown king. This is the king. You are all going to work with him. And that made sure that there was no doubt about who was in charge. And he had already put people in place that were going to help Solomon take care of different parts of that building. Okay? He provided a vast store of materials. By the time Solomon came up, he already had a whole lot that he could build with. He just had to add some of his. But can you imagine how life will be when you're coming up and you already have things set in place for you? That's the amazing thing that fathers can do. Okay? He publicly passed, the mantle of leadership to him in the presence of the elders. And at the end of the day, we can all say Solomon made David very proud. And this is where we're coming to today. How about you? How do you make daddy proud? I know sometimes it seems like we're just pointing the out that he has to do this and he has to do that. I'm sure when we see him, we have a long list of things he has to do. And we can tell him, hey, daddy, you're still a number 3. You're supposed to be on 5 or 6. But what about you? What can you do to say thank you in your own little way, but that will bring so much satisfaction to him? You see, the Bible says something in 3 John 1:4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Do you know that when you pursue the truth, every time your dad is told something about you, dads are not always very vocal, but in his mind, and sometimes out there, he would smile. He'd be so satisfied. He'll be so happy that all he's worked for has not gone in vain. So I guess that's where you are supposed to focus on. Make sure that you're working to make your dad proud. Things like focusing on your studies, doing your exams well, everything. Make sure every little expectation that is, required of you, you do your best about it. Now, there's something you can do, and we're going to list a number of them. And there's one that actually makes me laugh because it's something that sometimes we don't do to our dads. That's in number 3. I'll let you know. First thing we should do is we should thank God for our dads. Some people don't know where their dads are or never had one or never had, the opportunity to have that experience. Always thank God for your dad. Don't take it for granted. The next thing is appreciate your dad verbally often. I know sometimes they're not all cuddly like the mummies that you can just walk up to, but dads are actually deep thinkers. If you send him a text, a note, and then, Dad, I just want to thank you for last month. Thanks, Dad. That's so great. They appreciate those things. So please don't say, Daddy knows I will thank him. No, say it. Take time out to say it. All right. And appreciate him. Tell him, thank you for doing this. Don't just say it, like you really don't care. And then I like number 3. Cut him some slack. Come on, guys. It's not easy being a dad. I mean, it's easy to talk about it until you wear the shoes. So let's not wait till it's that late. Let's cut him some slack. Forgive your dad sometimes. He can't be perfect. You're not. I'm not. So if something happens and yeah, we don't meet eye to eye, cut him some slack. Take a deep breath. Let him be. Give him his respect as dad. And I bet you things will work out. You guys will find some meeting ground. Okay? So let your dad be. Obey him. This makes God happy. Obey him. Sometimes you can say, Dad, I don't agree with this 100%. I think it's this, but Dad, I'll do it your way. Let's see how it works. He'll respect you for that. All right? Just know that he loves you. You know, even dads, when they seem so, I won't say mean, stern-faced and all, it's all from a heart of love because they want you to be the best person they can be. When they're old or even gone, they want you to be an amazing representation of the family. All right? And finally, do not involve yourself in things that bring shame to the family. I love a particular African proverb. They say, remember whose family you're from. Please remember your family, all your family values and everything you've picked up in church and everywhere. Don't let the world pressure you into doing the wrong thing. Make your parents proud at every point in time. You have two activities. First, you pray for your dad, all right? Even at the end of this message, take a few minutes and pray for him. Then, finally, call, text, or write. And you know what? I'll be watching out for you on our channels. For those of you that have subscribed, those that haven't, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join our Telegram pages. Please say something. Send me a copy of the note you sent to your dad and tell me what he thought about it. I hope you enjoyed today as Father's Day. Make sure you thank your dad for everything and thank God for being the greatest father of all. Have an amazing week ahead. God bless you.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. We love you.